We are now in part 2 of the Timmons Chronicles pilot. This is beginning with Act 3. Sorry for the glow there. I'm in my car, and it's night, and it's raining. And, well, that's the way it is. But here we go. Act 3. Interior, young Bobby's room, day. 5 months have passed since the incidents with Dottie. Young Dottie, I should say. June 1972. Young Bobby's room is filled with small robots. Some are more sophisticated than others. Some are wind-up. Some are radio-controlled. The most sophisticated work off voice command. Young Bobby tinkers with one of them at his desk/workbench. He puts the finishing touches on it and sets it on his desk. Its eyes light up and its head turns toward young Bobby. Young Bobby. Take 2 steps forward, my mechanical friend. Kudos to you if you get the reference to that, by the way. The robot takes 3 steps forward. Young Bobby. Hey, I taught you to count better than that. Robot. Sorry, master. It takes 2 steps forward. Young Bobby. That's better. Young Bobby's door is open a crack and Laurie's eyes peer through. Interior hallway, day. Laurie steps away from young Bobby's door. Laurie, do you really think he's ready for this? Old man, voiceover. Intellectually, he's a college student. Laurie, but physically, mentally, he's still just 6. Old man, voiceover. It will give him time to get accustomed to the power. Besides, the arrangements have already been made. She's on her way. Interior, young Bobby's room, day. It's later in the day, and young Bobby is playing chess with one of his robots. He moves the queen. Young Bobby. Queen to e6. Check. The robot picks up a pawn and moves it. Robot. Pawn to c6. Young Bobby. You can't do that. You're still in check. Robot. That was a valid move for the pawn. Young Bobby sighs. That's true, but part of the game is defending your king. Your king is in check, which means you have to do something to block it. Robot looks over the board. Chess is a hard game. How about checkers? Young Bobby rolls his eyes. There is a knock on his door, and Laurie opens it. Laurie, Bobby, there's someone we'd like you to meet. A girl, young Sasha O'Brien, comes up behind her. She's 7, black hair and eyes, with a pale complexion. Young Bobby stands. This is Sasha O'Brien. Young Bobby looks her over, glances at his robots. A young Bobby. Well, just don't stand there. Bow to the lady. About half of his robots turn and bow to young Sasha. She giggles. Laurie, I'm going to get Sasha settled. I'm going to get Sasha settled. Why don't you go take a bath and get ready for dinner? Young Bobby rolls his eyes and heads for the bathroom. Interior, secret room, day. This is the same room that he had his earlier encounter. Laurie escorts young Sasha into the same room where young Bobby was for his birthday. How about that? It is dark. The old man appears from the shadows, and the lights come on in the room. Laurie, have a seat, Sasha. Okay, that's going to be hard to pronounce 10 times fast. Young Sasha hesitates, then sits in the chair at the center of the room. The old man approaches her. Old man, do you know me? Young Sasha looks at him, shakes her head. No, should I? Her accent has a New Jersey tang to it. Joycey kind of thing. Old man shakes his head. I knew your parents before you were born. Speaks a sentence in Russian. Translates to, can you understand me? And I have no idea how that would sound in Russian. Young Sasha, what was that? Old man, Russian. Did it ring a bell? Young Sasha shakes her head. I only speak English. Old man, fair enough. Start the procedure. The ceiling opens and a helmet comes down. Young Sasha's arms and legs are clamped down. Young Sasha, fearfully. What's going on? little more frequently than that. Oh man, something to bring back old memories. Young Sasha screams in pain as the helmet begins to glow. The process takes a minute, then stops. The helmet is lifted off her head. Young Sasha's eyes glaze over a moment, then come back to life slowly. The clamps are removed from her arms and legs. Oh man, what is your name? Young Sasha shakes her head slightly. Her accent changes to Russian. Young Sasha. But Babushka, you know me. I'm your Sasha. Old man, speaking in Russian. You remember how to open minds? Again, I have no idea what that would translate to in Russian. Young Sasha, speaking in Russian. Of course, one does not forget one's gift. She looks around herself. Young Sasha. What is this? My skin is so young, gasps. It worked. Or rather, it worked. I am young again. No, that didn't come out. It worked. I'm young again. Old man nods. Your body is 7 years old. Young Sasha. But you are so old, darling. Why did you not make yourself young? Old man smiles. I did, and he's waiting to meet you for dinner. He spreads his hands out. Old man, this body is just for show. He vanishes. She gasps. Old man. Voiceover. Now I need you to open his mind as you did mine. Mind. Open his mind as you did mine. Lori comes out of the shadows and offers her hand. Young Sasha takes it. Gets up and they exit the room. Interior dining room day. Young Bobby sits at the table playing with a robot. Lori escorts young Sasha in, whispers in her ear, and leaves. Young Sasha sits next to young Bobby. A moment later, Brad comes in with dinner. Brad, here you go. You kids eat alone. Let's go to us. Grown-ups will eat later. Young Sasha stares at young Bobby while he plays. He looks up and notices her staring. Young Bobby. What? Did I forget to wash behind my ears? Young Sasha shakes head, Russian accent. No, babushka. Young Bobby looks at her from the corners of his eyes. Young Bobby. Huh? What's with the accent? Young Sasha catches herself. Jersey accent. Oh, nothing. I learned I had Russian heritage, and I'm trying something new. Young Bobby. That's better. I hope you like meatloaf. Try that again. Young Sasha. I prefer a good stroganoff. Young Bobby. Do that again, switching from American to Russian accents. That's weird. Young Sasha. Haven't you learned how to speak Russian? Young Bobby shakes head. Just a few words. We're going to France in a week, and I've been learning French, but not much Russian. Young Sasha nods. You will learn. Young Bobby rolls eyes. Great. Interior young Bobby's room. Night. Dinner is over, and young Bobby takes young Sasha to his room to see the robots. Young Sasha sits in young Bobby's bed. Young Sasha. Come sit with me. Young Bobby reluctantly sits next to her. Young Sasha looks him over. Young Sasha. They really haven't told you anything. Or rather, they really haven't told you anything? Young Bobby. About what? Young Sasha. About me? About Russia? About your history? Young Bobby. I don't understand. Young Sasha stands, grabs young Bobby by the face, and looks into his eyes. Young Sasha. Somehow the low end this video is appropriate for this. Young Sasha. Look at me. Young Bobby struggles for a moment, but cannot move. Young Sasha. Don't fight it. This is bigger than you know. Relax. Just look into my eyes and think nothing more. Young Bobby's eyes glaze over. Interior. White room. Night. Actually, you really can't tell if it's night or day in the white room. The room is completely white. No walls, or edges can be seen. Young Bobby stands by himself, dressed completely in white. He shakes his head. Young Bobby. Hello? His voice echoes. Hello, hello, hello. Young Sasha suddenly appears, also dressed in white. Young Sasha. Oh, it works, just like last time. Young Bobby. I'm confused. Young Sasha. A Russian accent. Oh, but of course you are, babushka. Let me explain. We're in a kind of mind limbo. Our minds are joined together and it manifests itself like this. That's kind of a strong word for a 7-year-old, but hey, like a blank piece of paper waiting for writing or painting. Oh, there's just no end to what we can do here. He's very emotional about this. Old man, voiceover. Get on with it. Young Sasha looks up. Oh, you were always so impatient, but we have time now. An infinite amount of time. Old man, voiceover. Open his mind and then we'll talk. Young Sasha. All right. Turns to young Bobby. Think of it as another way of communicating outside of this room. Think of it as another way of communicating, period. Outside of this room, I'm touching your face while you sit on your bed. That's the key. Tactile contact. Hand on the face. I found that I have the gift naturally, but he points up. Somehow suppressed it until he restored my memory. But the point is, as long as we touch, we can read each other's minds and go into our minds like this and create our own virtual reality. Now, this is set up before virtual reality became something that was, commonplace, so to speak. The term, anyway. A sofa appears, very regal. Young Sasha. I did it. I did that. With my imagination. Now you try. Think of something real to you. Young Bobby still looks confused, then concentrates a moment. A robot appears. Young Sasha. That's got it. I knew you'd get the hang of it. I'm going to put the window down just a little bit more since the rain's letting up. Still stuffy in here. Excuse me. Okay, that's got it. I knew you'd get the hang of it. But there's more. That bully you call grandfather wants me to rush through. Not like the first time at all. We spent hours in here before I opened your mind. Young Bobby, you opened his mind? But you're my age. You're my age. Young Sasha, he doesn't want me to tell you. He thinks you're not ready for it, but we're older than we look. The old man appears, followed by an old woman. They dance for a moment, then disappear. Young Sasha, it was beautiful. Sighs. He's tapping on my shoulder right now, threatening to break contact. Very well, we'll rush it. A door appears. A door, just the door, mind you. No walls or anything like that, just the door. Young Sasha, this is the door that opens your mind. Once you go through it, you'll be able to read the minds of anyone you touch, but they won't be able to read yours. They don't have the gift. Go ahead and open it. Young Bobby stands, watching the door. Young Bobby, what if I don't want to? Young Sasha, he'll make your life miserable, your grandfather. But you must, because it opens such a world of understanding. Oh, the secrets I've learned. Young Bobby approaches the door slowly, turns the knob, and the door opens. A faint glow comes from the other side. Young Sasha, go ahead. Young Bobby steps through. Interior. Young Bobby's room. Night. Young Sasha stands in front of young Bobby, hands on his face as before. Young Bobby blinks, looks around sleepily. Young Sasha also wakes and caresses his face. The door opens and Lori comes in. Lori, time to go, Sasha. Young Sasha, but he doesn't know how to use it, not fully. Lori, he'll learn. Young Bobby, wait, what's going on? Why do I feel so sleepy? He lays down and goes to sleep. Young Sasha, he'll think it's all a dream now. Young Sasha turns to Lori and touches her arm. Young Sasha continued. I can't read you. Old man, voiceover. No, it's time to continue. Let's try that again. Voice man. Old man, voiceover. No, it's time to turn the clock back for you, Miss Putin. Young Sasha. you get that little reference, Putin? Young Sasha, you won't let me keep it? This isn't what we agreed to. We agreed to be together forever if it worked. Old man, voiceover. You agreed to be with me, Sasha, but he's not me, not really. Young Sasha, semantics. I won't go. Young Sasha falls over asleep. Old man, voiceover. Take her back to the memory room and we'll see what we can do. The interior, young Bobby's bedroom, day. Young Bobby wakes, shakes his head a few times, gets up, and plays with his robots, as if nothing happened. Laurie comes in. Laurie, bonjour, monsieur. Es-tu prêt à l'enfance? Can you speak a little bit French? Just a little bit. Petit peu. Hey, young Bobby. Oui, madame. Pauses. Funny, I had a dream last night that someone came over. Laurie, mind playing tricks on you so close to our trip? Young Bobby, must be. Shrugs and sighs. Sings. Sur le pont d'Avignon. Lonely dancer, lonely dancer. Exterior, Champs-Élysées, day. Young Bobby sits on a bench overlooking the Champs-Élysées in Paris. No duh. Feeding pigeons a short distance away. Laurie, Brad, and the old man huddle. Laurie, are you certain you want this to happen? Old man, the earlier he meets his adversaries, the better. Laurie, but he'll meet her too. She won't seem like an adversary to him. Old man, true, but it will be a fleeting memory. We'll fill it with others. Arthur Thomas, his wife, Jessica, gorgeous blonde herself. Young Penny, Uncle Jack, and his French girlfriend, Yvette, gorgeous in her own right, approach the area. Young Bobby decides to bring out one of his robots and sends it walking after a pigeon. Young Penny sees it and is charmed. She sits next to him. Of course, young Penny likes boys anyway, so anything about boys she likes. Young Penny, bonjour. Young Bobby looks up, bonjour. Young Penny tilts her head. Young Penny, English or American? Young Bobby, American. How did you know? Your accent is flat. I'm American too. Young Bobby, really? I'm from Chicago. Young Penny, I'm from a rinky-dink little town you've never heard of, but my family travels a lot. Young Penny waves to her father and mother. Hi, Mom, hi, Dad. No, she doesn't actually say that. Young Penny, I'm Penny Thomas. What does your family do? Young Bobby. Bobby Timmons. Oh, Dad's a lawyer and Mom's a doctor. This is the first trip we've taken outside the United States. Young Penny. Oh, you'll love Paris. It's so French. She reaches out and touches young Bobby's arm. Young Bobby stiffens. Because he has that concept. And he can read her mind. Young Penny. Well, we're on our way to Germany. My German isn't very good, so I hope I learn more. Nice to meet you. She blows him a kiss and rejoins her family. Laurie approaches young Bobby. Young Bobby. Nice girl. I pause. Felt something when she touched me. Like a soda can spraying out if you shake it too much. What does that mean? Laurie. Sounds like she has an effervescent personality. Young Bobby shrugs. A baseball drops from the sky and lands next to young Bobby. Young Bobby. Not again! He picks up the baseball. Written on it. Remember her. Penny Thomas. Save her. Young Bobby looks at Laurie, who turns away with a worried look on her face. Interior, Arthur Thomas's hotel room, Frankfurt, Germany, day. The suite of rooms where the Thomas family is staying is filled with suitcases and other luggage. Jessica supervises valets. Young Penny comes in carrying a suitcase. Young Penny. Mom, which one's my room? Jessica points at the far end, dear. Let the valets do their job. Young Penny. I got it. Young Penny drags her suitcase to her bedroom. Arthur Thomas comes in as the phone starts to ring. He answers. Arthur Thomas. Hello? Yes, Felix, we're just getting settled. Pause. Now? Crosses arms. I thought we went over this. Sighs. Oh, very well. I suppose we can drive there. No, I don't want to drag Penny all over Germany. She can stay with the vet. Oh, I'm sure Jack won't mind the drive. It will give us time to talk. All right, see you then. He hangs up the phone. Arthur Thomas. That bastard. I don't know why I don't fire him. Jessica. I don't know why he doesn't fire him either. What is it? Arthur Thomas. Felix Snyder has called an emergency meeting of the board of directors in Bonn later today. He suggested we all drive down there, even Penny, but she's tired enough from the plane ride here. Jessica, a nice leisurely drive down the Autobahn sounds relaxing. You tell my German's not quite as good as my French. Arthur picks up the phone and calls Jack's room. Arthur Thomas. Jack Leiter called. Oh, he's called you already? Fly? What do you think we're made of? Money? It's a 2-hour drive at best. Besides, I'd like to talk to you. Penny can stay with the vet if that's all right with her. Sighs. All right, fly then, but it's coming out of your pocket. He hangs up the phone. Arthur Thomas says he'd rather fly in and out to spend more time with the vet. Jessica. Why does he try to keep their relationship secret, like we don't know? Arthur Thomas. He's trying to keep his reputation as a playboy. Interior Uncle Jack's hotel room day. Uncle Jack hangs up the phone. Yvette sits on the couch. Uncle Jack, can you watch Penny for... Uncle Jack to Yvette. Can you watch Penny for a few hours? Yvette. Oui, she reminds me so much of Veronique. We'll see more of Veronique later. Uncle Jack. I think Arthur suspects, but Penny, she's not to know, okay? Yvette, you think it would break her heart? In that typical French accent. You think it would break her heart if she knew we were married? Uncle Jack smiles. Let's just say I like being her role model. That didn't come out quite right. Anyway. Interior Thomas car. Day. The couple were driving on the Autobahn. They are about halfway between Frankfurt and Bonn. A car comes up behind them. Arthur waves for it to pass. The car instead bumps them heavily from behind. Arthur barely maintains control. Arthur Thomas. What the devil is he doing? Arthur slows down. The car behind him backs up a little bit and then roars past them. Just as the car passes, it bumps Arthur again. Arthur loses control and the car spins. They come to the stop in the middle of the road, perpendicular. A heavily laden truck crashes into them. Interior conference room. Day. Uncle Jack, Felix Leiter, and several board members gather in a conference room. One of the phones rings and Leiter answers. Leiter. Yes? Pause. What? Pause. Yes, he's here. One moment. Leiter hands the phone to Uncle Jack. Leiter. There's been a terrible accident. Uncle Jack takes the phone. Leiter whispers to the other members of the board. Uncle Jack. This is Jack Thomas. Long pause. Has a shocked look on his face. Are you sure it's them? Pause. I see. Thank you. I'll be in touch to... Pause. Make the arrangements for the bodies. Uncle Jack hangs up the phone. He turns to Leiter. Leiter. Look, Jack, we're all very sorry to hear about this. Now, I realize this is a bad time, but we really need to talk about QSA. Uncle Jack sighs. Do what you think is best, Felix. I'm done here. I have to get back to Yvette and Penny. And pause. Tell them the bad news. Uncle Jack leaves. Leiter has a smile on his face. Boom, boom, boom. Interior Jack Thomas's hotel room day. Young Penny and Yvette play a game. The door opens. Uncle Jack comes in. Young Penny jumps up and hugs him. Young Penny. Uncle Jack, you're back. Are Mom and Dad coming too? Uncle Jack hugs her tightly. Young Penny. Is something wrong? She picks up on these things. Not quite as good as Daddy, but still. She can see through a brick wall if you give her enough time. Uncle Jack, your parents were killed in an automobile accident. I came back as soon as I heard. Young Penny stiffens on his hug. Uncle Jack, I want you to know that I'm here for you, sweetheart. I'll take good care of you. Yvette gives him a questioning look. What the hell's wrong with you? A young Penny bursts into tears, not the steers. Uncle Jack consoles her. End of Act 3. Act 4. Exterior baseball field. Day. 7 years have passed. June 1979. Dottie, no longer a young Dottie, now 13, lean, tall, slightly flat-chested, plays baseball with a group of boys. She is the pitcher. Her fastball typically makes the catcher shake his hand in pain, yet she strikes out batters. Coach number 1, coaching the other team, sidles up to coach number 2, Dottie's coach. Coach number 1, you gonna let that girl embarrass my boys? Coach number 2, it's all about winning. Coach number 1, heck, your own players don't like her. Coach number 2, what do you want me to do? Pull her from the game because she's too good? Coach number 1, at least give us a chance without losing to a girl. Coach number 1 pats Coach number 2 on the back. Coach number 1, I know you do the right thing. He goes back to his own dugout. Dottie strikes out the last batter and comes into the dugout. She grabs a helmet and a bat. Coach number 2, Dottie, I'm going to let Matthew hit for you. Dottie, what? I've got a no-hitter going. Coach number 2, I know, since this game is out of hand, I want to save you for another game. Dottie looks at him incredulously. She puts the bat and helmet down because she picks on things very, very quickly. Grabs her glove and walks out of the dugout. Coach number 2, hey, there's no call for that. Dottie turns to him. Dottie, answer me truthfully. If I were a boy, I'd still be in the game, right? Coach number 2 stays silent. Dottie, I thought so. I quit. She leaves the ball field. Penny Thomas, now 12, and Sarah, Dottie's 6-year-old sister, carbon copy of her, join her. Penny, where are you going? Dottie, home. Sarah, but you were doing so well. Dottie, life's not fair. It's a man's world. Penny, oh, not that again. Dottie turns to her. It's true, you saw their coach talking to mine. Then he takes me out. I'm embarrassing them because I'm a girl. They walk in silence for a while, Dottie with her head down. They pass some construction and Sarah gets excited. Sarah, hi, Daddy. They stop walking. J.D. Brown stands from where he is pouring concrete and waves at her. J.D.'s kind of a typical construction kind of worker, tough, that kind of thing. Penny, why are they building? What are they building anyway? Dottie, some kind of theater. The owner only contracted Dad to build the foundation. Says he'll do the rest. Brad Timmons stands close to J.D., talking to him. Dottie shudders softly. Dottie, VO, voiceover. No, I got rid of you. Why are you coming back? She turns away from the construction and walks towards home. Penny and Sarah follow her. Interior Bobby's Chicago room. Day. It is July 1979. Bobby, now 13, is in his room with a friend, Doug. They are poring over books. A blackboard sits in front of them. Bobby, read that question again. Doug, and this is a math question that I haven't quite figured out yet. It's going to be a tough one. Probably something algebraic. Bobby, or maybe a quadratic equation, I'm not sure. Bobby, okay. And he answers using the chalkboard to explain. Again, based on what type of question we have there. Doug, how do you do that? You always explain things better than the teachers. Bobby, oh, well, I can visualize the problems a lot better than they can. Doug, oh, I know, and they get mad at you, brother. Bobby, I don't let it bother me. Doug looks around the room. He stands and goes to a stack of trophies and a large pile of baseballs, all with something written on them. Doug, hey, you still have that karate trophy. I remember that. Bobby, you mean your nose remembers. I still can't believe I broke it. Doug, that was 3 years ago. Besides, it was my fault. I moved the wrong way. Bobby, I stopped competing because of that. I felt so bad I hurt you. Doug, that's silly. You were the best. I'll bet even now you'd beat me. Bobby smiles. I don't even want to think about that. Really want to do something that further highlights this transition from, but there's only so much space that you can put into the pilot script, and I may put that into like a flashback later on. Doug, oh come on, just you and me. We're both tougher now. There's a knock on the door, and Brad comes in. Brad, time for Doug to go home, Bobby. Doug, all right, but you owe me a rematch, Timmons. Doug leaves the room. Brad, we need to talk. This is kind of like a running gag with this series. The phrase "we need to talk" is always something either dangerous or exciting. He sits on Bobby's bed. Bobby, it's safe, guys. Bobby's room becomes filled with motion. Robots of all sizes come from every corner. Some even hover. Bobby sits at his desk. Bobby, so what's up? Brad, you do know that you're gifted, right? Smarter, more compassionate, tougher than normal? Bobby smiles. What do you think, guys? Am I normal? Robots shake their heads, and a chorus of robotic voices says, negative. Negative. Brad, you have a sense of humor, at least. I hope I've instilled a sense of humility as well. Pause. But have you ever wondered why you're so different? Bobby, all the time. But even my magic ball couldn't tell me the answer to that one. Brad, it's because you have a mission in life. Bobby sits up, excited. Do tell. Is this where I find out I'm a star child? Brad laughs. No, you're not from another planet. Bobby, aw. Brad, you're from another time. Bobby raises an eyebrow. Einstein didn't think time travel was possible. I actually don't know if Einstein said that or not, but I'm not going to worry about it. Brad, interesting, isn't it? There's more, of course. I'm glad you're taking this so calmly. Bobby, one thing you did teach me, Sensei, is patience. Brad, good, one lesson learned. There is, however, a lot of information to be shared. We like to put it directly in your brain, but the process is a bit painful, which is why his brain got damaged the first time. And of course, he doesn't know that. Bobby, no pain, no gain. Brad, good, follow me. They get up and leave the room. Interior secret room. Day. The door opens and Brad and Bobby enter. Lori is already there. Lori, I'm glad you're here, Bobby. Have a seat and I'll explain the process. Bobby looks around the room. Bobby, you've hidden this from me the whole time? He sits in the chair in the middle of the room. Lori, what's going to happen is a helmet will drop down from the ceiling and fit itself around your head. It has needles that will attach to your skull but not penetrate it. The needles will carry the information to the parts of the brain that hold memories. Okay so far? Bobby nods. Maybe a little bit of intrepid. The helmet comes down and Bobby watches it until it covers his head. Lori, try to relax. Bobby, easy for you to say. The lights flicker and Bobby tenses. In his eyes, images form. Complex mathematical formula, chemical formula, an image of the Earth being covered with a black cloud. The last images of Brad and Lori and the old man. They stand for a moment, and then all three disappear at once. The old man appears again, and slowly becomes younger until he becomes an infant, with Brad and Lori holding him. A picture of Dolly Brown as a teenager comes into his head and then fades. The image of a red light on a massive computer comes into his mind. Think of how the lights come back on, and Bobby relaxes. He pants for a moment, looking inward. Bobby, what a rush. Pants, looks at Brad and Lori. So, pause. You're not real? Brad, we're as real as you want us to be. We're still here. We're still here for you. Bobby gets up, touches Lori on the arm. Bobby, and I can't read your thoughts because you have no brain in that body. Honey, it never occurred to me before. Spreads arms out wide. Wow. I mean, pause. Wow! So much you haven't told me before now. Pause. But there's something missing. Looks up. Hey, old man! You out there? Show yourself! The old man appears. Old man. Scan him for damage. Bobby. No. I feel fine. Just gasps. So much to process. But one question still lingers. Why? Why go through all this just to lay the mission on me? Old man, you've seen what happens to the Earth? Bobby. That doesn't explain why you're so obsessive about this. I'm not going to say that again. Going to all this trouble building a massive computer hidden away somewhere to hold all this information. Making holograms of everything. And making yourself young again. Into me. Why? What drove you to such extremes? And why is this Dottie Brown such a key? The old man pauses. A gleam in his eye. Zooming in on the gleam, we find a scene playing out. Interior old Dottie's lab. Day. Okay, we see a pattern here. We have a young Dottie. We have a Dottie. We have an old Dottie. And we'll have a slightly older Dottie before we're done. Adult Dottie, actually. I think I called her. But anyway, interior old Dottie's lab. Day. It is 2036. Old Dottie, around 70, mostly red hair with a white streak, sits in front of a glowing portal. A bucket of baseballs at her side. Oh, got a big reveal coming here. Her eyes glaze over. She picks up a baseball, writes something on it, and tosses the ball through the portal. The ball disappears. The old man comes in. Old man, what are you up to? Old Dottie, sending messages, like a note in a bottle. Old man, you've never been able to get that time portal to work. You said yourself it takes too much power. Old Dottie, or a person maybe, but not a baseball. Smiles and gets up. The theory is sound, we just need bigger batteries. The portal glow fades. Old man, I'm good, but not that good. She kisses him. Old Dottie, you play with your toys, I'll play with mine. Old man, we'll be late for the reunion. Old Dottie, nah, flight traffic is light today. She takes him by the hand and they leave the room. Exterior Times Square. Day. In the middle of Times Square, the usual crowds of people walk by. Taxis hover on standby or fly by at various heights. Xavier Lopez, in his 20s, walks up to a large advertising screen. He carries a suitcase and sets it down on the ground. He opens it and takes out a large container. Now, actually, I'm going to rewrite this at some point, so we can see a little more about what's going on. But right now, this will do. So he takes it, he opens it and takes out a large container, a jar, filled with a clear liquid. He takes out two smaller containers, two smaller jars, and puts them on the side, to the side. Xavier kind of stands up straight, tall, faces the crowd around him. Ladies and gentlemen, I represent a group of very unhappy South Americans. Some of the crowd stop to listen. Xavier. In the last year, many of our people have been put out of work because of the work of one of your American scientists, one Sarah Timmons Jackson. You may remember her as winning the Nobel Prize recently for her work in curing the addiction to cocaine and other drugs. I worked for one of the groups that happily provided this cocaine to your citizens. I am now out of a job because too few people want to buy my product. Several of the people watching him jeer. Xavier, I know. Our product led to death and addiction. Yet it was the lifeblood of my family. I am here today not to apologize for the problems of my friends. And I have... let me start again. I am here today not to apologize for the problems my friends and I have caused, but to seek vengeance in the best way I know how, to cause more death. He takes one of the smaller containers, opens it, and pours it into the larger container. The container contents bubble. A policeman comes up to him. A floating news camera hovers near him. Policeman, what are you doing? Xavier, I hereby exact vengeance against America. May one die for every one of my people who are now destitute or dying themselves. The policeman tries to grab him. Xavier lifts the other small container and pours it into the larger one. The contents bubble over and a black cloud forms. The cloud quickly spreads and grows thicker by the minute. The people watching cough and retch and then fall. Xavier himself, with a smile on his face, breathes deep and then falls. The policeman knocks over the container, and its contents spill. The cloud only gets denser. The cloud continues to spread through Times Square and then through New York City. Exterior Park Day. The Timmons family reunion. Did you notice the Timmons there as opposed to Timmons? That'll be important later on. The Timmons family reunion takes place in a park in the small town where Dottie grew up. The park is filled with men, women, and children, all related somehow to Dottie and the old man. In a nearby parking lot, cars hover and other cars fly by. In the midst of the celebration, one bored teenage girl walks away from the celebration, puts on her hollow glasses, and puts on her favorite teen soap opera. The broadcast is interrupted for a news report. At the same time, beeps are heard throughout the party. Old Dottie. That's the terror alert. That's the 9/11 kind of thing. Everyone stops what they're doing and puts on hollow glasses. Reporter. Once again, a black cloud that started in Times Square is spreading quickly around the globe, engulfing every place it reaches in what appears to be carbon monoxide and other toxic fumes. We urge our viewers to get to a terror shelter at once. Terror shelters, those are the old fallout shelters, I guess, but updated. A map appears, showing the position of the cloud and its projected spread rate. Old Dottie, everyone evacuate, now! The gathering breaks up as families rush to their cars. Interior of Old Dottie's car, day. Old Dottie and the old man climb in. The old man grabs his pocket computer. Old man, at this rate we may have 45 minutes before he hits us. I'm gathering info from central processing now. Old Dottie, home, top speed. Old man, no, we're not sheltered enough at home. Head for the shelter. Old Dottie, if I'm right, no place is safe for very long. Remember, she's very perceptive, so maybe she saw what was coming, but she couldn't. There was no way she could prevent it. I thought, old Dottie, if I'm right, no place is safe for very long. Look at the corrosive nature of that cloud. It's eating through everything. We need to open a time portal and prevent this from happening. Old man stares at his computer screen. Old man, very well. Then break the sound barrier. The car lifts off and rockets forward. A sonic boom is heard momentarily. The interior of Old Dottie's lab, day. Old Dottie and the old man come running into the room. Old Dottie, you still connected to central processing? Old man, no, it went down a few minutes ago. But I think I have enough information on when it happens to stop it. We need to go back 3 hours. Because the Latin American drug cartel set off the cloud. I'm still trying to work out its composition, but it appears to be primarily carbon monoxide. Can you take us back 3 hours? Old Dottie, only one of us needs to go. I need to stay behind to run the equipment. I had to find the power somewhere. Old man, no. We promised each other that we'd never part. Old Dottie, I'm not sure I can fine-tune it for 3 hours. Grab some supplies. You might be in for a long wait. Old man, you're not listening to me. Old Dottie, yes I am. If I can find the power for 2 people to get through, I'll follow you. Now get those supplies ready, especially the video camera. The old man starts to gather boxes of supplies. A glowing portal appears for a moment and fades. Old Dottie, I don't suppose you'd like to get a sample of that cloud. It might come in handy. Old man, do you have anything that would hold it? Old Dottie, try those self-capping vials in my workbench. On my workbench. They're as tough as nails. The old man grabs a vial from the bench and heads out. Old Dottie looks at her scanner. Old Dottie, that cloud is picking up speed as it moves. It should be here soon. Old man, voiceover, over intercom. We've got the vial hooked up to our atmosphere sampler system, but it may allow the cloud in. Old Dottie, I just need another minute to reroute power. An alarm sounds. Old Dottie, time's up. She goes to the old man's computer, sitting in on one of the boxes, and types furiously at the keyboard. She comes back to her console. The old man comes back into the room and seals the door. He puts the vial in one of the boxes. Old man, it's eating through everything, but I got the sample. Seems safe so far. Old Dottie. All right then, let's begin. Get ready with the camera. I don't know where or when that will come out. Old Dottie presses a series of buttons and a loud hum fills the air. A glow appears large enough for the old man to walk through. The old man plunges the video camera through the portal, and the picture shows what appears to be farmlands and a sunny sky. Old man, looks clear. Old Dottie, great, get those supplies through. Your computer first. The old man picks up the first box and steps through the portal. Exterior farmland, day. The old man steps out of the portal, takes a deep breath, puts the box on the ground, and steps back through. Interior, Old Dottie's lab, day. The old man steps back through, grabs another box, and steps back through. He repeats the process until all the boxes are gone. Old man, come with me. Old Dottie, get through while you can. I have my hands full finding power. Old man, I won't go without you. Old Dottie looks at him. I promise I'll be right behind you. The old man nods and steps through the portal. Exterior farmland, eh? The old man turns to see Old Dottie still at the console on the other side, through the portal. Old man, hurry, I'm through. Old Dottie frantically presses buttons, glances up. Old Dottie, one more burst and we're done. She presses a button and the hum becomes louder. She makes a beeline for the portal wall, but the hum dies down and the portal begins to shrink. Old Dottie, it's not stable. I can't get through. Old man, softly. Dottie. He reaches his hand out and she does the same. Old Dottie, you have to stop this. Old man, I will. Their hands almost touch, and the portal closes. The old man breaks down in tears. And the back door. And that is the first part of the pilot. Now there's a second part to it, and I'm not going to read that, but I think I've entertained you enough as it is. I hope you enjoyed what I've written here. I am probably going to do a lot of rewriting on it. There are some things I want to do, and we'll see how well that goes. But anyway, thanks for watching.